Welcome to the show where I take a look at someone's personal finances and see how they can improve on a bad financial situation or meet the financial goals that they're trying to achieve. Make sure you're subscribed, as one of the first 50,000 subscribers here will win $1,000. With that, my name is Caleb Hammer. Today we are meeting with Mike. Mike, how old are you and where are you based out of?
I am 24 years old and I am in Avon, Connecticut. It's a little bit outside of Hartford.
Cool. What do you do for a living?
I am a school social worker. I wear a couple hats, but that's my main job. I do some music on the side, like a little bit of touring, a little bit of gigging, but my main job is a social worker.
Okay, and what do you bring in on an annual basis with that position?
With the social worker position, it's about $55,000. It's because of the school, it's a union contract. So this year should be 55.
Okay, and then what would you say with the side hustles you bring in extra on an annual basis on average?
Last year, by the tours and by doing some transcription work, I brought in a little over 4 grand. And then I did a side job in the summer because of school, and that brought in probably about 5 grand as well.
Okay, so we're gonna say you bring in like $65,000 a year then. Now, isn't Connecticut known as one of the places where like everyone in the world makes above $100,000 a year, and that's what you need to survive?
I've never heard that before, but I know like when you get to like the Greenwich area, closer to the island and New York City, they it's a lot more money. Up in like the Hartford area, once you get past New Haven and going north, it's pretty like you can kind of survive on some money. It's a lot of taxes though here in Connecticut.
Yeah. Well, how do you feel living on 65 in total?
I don't hate it. I think I'm comfortable right now. With the school job, based on their contract, I will get paid more next year by the school, about 2 grand more. But then it could freeze, and then we can go into a freeze for the school, which I'm hoping that does not happen.
Mm. Man, so what do you think you make in total after taxes? 45, 50?
After taxes this year, it should be for the school anyway.
No, for everything.
In general,
Yeah.
uh, probably like 58, 59.
That doesn't make sense. Why would you only lose $6,000 in taxes?
I don't know how much I make after. Let's see. I'm trying to.
For your side hustles, are you putting 30% aside?
No, I'm just it. I just get paid with what they give me. So
Is it under the table?
what's that?
Is it under the table?
The gig stuff is they get the leader gets paid, and then we get it through Venmo or Cash App.
Yes. So under the table. Okay, I would be a little cautious. The likelihood of you getting audited is pretty low, but it wouldn't hurt to claim that money on an annual basis. I'm gonna say you make $50,000 a year after taxes,
Okay, we'll rock with that. Yeah.
meaning post taxes, and this is including your side hustles and stuff like that. But we're thinking $4,166 a month. What do you bring in right now on a monthly basis?
Currently right now, it's just well, if you're counting the gig stuff, probably like 38 a month.
Yeah, taxes are even okay. So we're gonna do $3,800 on a monthly basis. Give us a rundown of your financial situation and what I might be able to help with.
Well, I just moved into an apartment back in July. My first kind of living on my own situation. Got my first big boy job out of grad school with the school stuff. Um, I have loans to pay. I have a car payment. And I kind of just want to be financially just more comfortable. I want to have a family eventually. That is in the future. I'm talking like 5 or 6 years because I kind of want to be just safe for myself. I have an Acorns account. I'm trying to do a little, as much as possible with, I guess, not the much money that I have to kind of better myself to make my future and my kids kind of well off.
Sure, sure. Are you married?
No, I have a girlfriend, but marriage is not right now.
No, that's yeah, that's fine. Now, from what I've learned since creating this channel, you made an interesting choice in car purchases.
Yeah, so the car is so it's a 2017 Nissan Altima. I got it, I put like 10 grand down. So I put a lot of money down and it's a 6-year loan lease. I'm like, I think I gave you it's like 70% paid off right now.
Wait, is it a 6 year? Is it a 6 year lease or a 6 year loan?
6-year lease.
So you're leasing this car, and you put $10,000 down on a 6 year lease.
It only had like 14,000 miles on it, and it was one of those things where the car they used was like a rental, and so I could, own it if I get that chance to, I believe.
I don't know if this is the kind of car you want to own. From everything I've learned, this is like this car. The transmission failure rate is insane.
Oh, great. I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, Nissan Altimas, what I've learned and then have done my own research. First, people started, bombarding my comments with that knowledge, and then all of a sudden I started looking into it on my own. And yeah, Nissan Altimas, transmissions, yikes, it's going to cost you a lot of money in the future if you want to like keep it.
It's already caused me to pay a lot based on just random things here and there. Like I've paid at the most like 650 for just replacement parts at a singular time.
Well, wait, but it's a lease. Is your lease contract? They're not obligated to do that.
Um, Certain things, but some of the parts are like, or some of the issues I've had have been super big, so I've had to pay for that stuff.
And those are pretty expensive parts importing them,
Yeah.
especially with the supply chain issue. So yikes, dude. Yikes, dude. Yikes, dude. When did you get this thing?
2018.
Okay. Yeah, it's done in 07/15/2024. $153 a month. Now that's fantastic, but that's because you put $10,000 down on a lease. Now, luckily, even with wherever the car market might be, let's say in a crazy world, the car market's already been coming down a little bit, but let's say in a crazy world it's still inflated in 2024, which, oh my goodness, it'd be terrible. But luckily, because you got into it at the price it was in 2018, if you decide to buy the car, it won't be terrible. But is it a car you end up wanting to buy for the long term? Honestly, maybe not. I think this may have just been a bad choice in cars, regardless of the finances around it. So,
Yeah, I didn't know much at 19 years old, so
yes, who does? But I get that. I get that for sure. Now, you talked about having loans for school. So, I'm seeing, oh, Sallie Mae, the worst of the worst. Evil, that evil. Oh, man, okay. It's only $6,667. Of course, it's three of those next to each other, Sallie Mae. But that interest rate at 11%. Oh, buddy, you got bullied.
yeah, it was not a great time to get that loan. Family stuff happened, and my mom's a co-signer on it, as you can see.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
She co-signed in this? This monthly payment, $112. What kind of repayment program are you on with them?
I mean, I just pay monthly. I don't know. I've been trying to pay a lot more in advance, but the monthly payment is down. I got it down from at one point in the year 163 to now I think it's 105. So I've been putting a lot of money down because my mom co-signed. I don't want her to go through all that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense. So it was an approved loan amount, 13,000. Was that where it was at one point?
I think it was for a full. It might have been a full year, or maybe it was a semester of college. So
No, I feel yeah. I mean, this is a pretty similar situation to where I was in before. I just tried to learn everything and anything about personal finance I could. So I definitely relate to this situation. The cosigner part, that sucks. Oh man, I don't think I had my parents cosign, but I understand. Oh man, oh maximum term repayment. Yeah, you have a long repayment plan on there, which is why I think these payments are kind of low.
yeah, it's like 2030. I think it is the loan goes to.
It's 9 years from now. Is So we're definitely going to take care of it before that because, and this is a variable interest rate. As interest rates continue to go up, that 11% is probably just going to continue to go up. Oh man. And then I see Advantage. So is this okay? These are your federal student loans, and it's through Advantage.
Yeah.
I can't see. Oh yeah. Ah, crap. Well, it's being a little less than transparent because we're under a pause right now, so it says interest rate is 0. But I don't know what the actual interest rates are.
I don't know either. I wish I knew.
You might get public student forgiveness, right?
I saw an email over the week said I am approved for it, but because like I got accepted because of everything that's going around right now with the lawsuits. Actually, I heard it got extended until the 30th of June for publics. So I mean, it's kind of a barrier right now, but
Yeah, and then student loan repayments don't start until 60 days after that. So, but yeah, I would love just for your financial situation in general, of course, for this to be forgiven if it could be. If not, I think the grad plus might be a little higher. There's quite a few unsubsidized ones. I'm really curious what these interest rates are, but that's a total of $50,229. It's a lot.
and I paid three of those off, so it was like 56 at one point.
Okay. What is this? What is this? Oh, a parent loan. So this isn't your loan, but this is your parents' loan.
Is that the Mohila one?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was my parents' loan, but like my name is also on it too, because I said I would pay it back. Um,
Wait, is your name literally on it?
no, it's my mom, but I have access to it so I can pay it off.
Okay, but your name is not attached to it. Okay.
No.
Interest rate after 0% will be 6, so that's not great. 6.3, so certainly not great, but it is in forbearance, and we'll see what happens. 10 of that 13 could get forgiven. I don't really think so at this point. Just with the structure of the current political structure of the Supreme Court, it's hard to see. Oh man, there's a lot of other things too. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Control the blood pressure. Control the blood pressure. I did not know we were going to be looking at $7,402 owed on a Discover credit card with interest charged of $119 within the. That hurts, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah. I got that in college too. Um, and it was really for like, little payments. I had that 0% for a while. It's no longer 0%. And I've just been using it because I with the apartment get some stuff for that and
Yeah, what are you doing? $895 of purchases on a credit card that already has a huge balance that you're paying $119 on interest towards. What are you doing? $895 of purchases.
I uh not not doing well with it, I'll tell you that.
Buddy, if you know it's wrong, why are you doing it?
I think because I for a while I was like, well, I have the barrier. I could use it just in case something happens. And
It's basically at the credit limit. It's only 1,000 away from that.
so I do have it's funny because I just got approved for 4,000 more on that card. So it's now 12,500.
Oh, they would love you to get that extra 4,000 on there. That's total interest charge in 2022 for someone making $55,000 a year, like almost $1,000 of interest charged just this year. It's cool. Yikes at 19% interest. I'm glad you haven't taken any cash advances at 28% interest, but
Oh no.
Bar taco, $86. I don't care if that's for you and your girlfriend. You're not doing that while this is happening. It doesn't make sense. Or Marshalls or Target or or Spirit Halloween. Spirit Halloween, $193. You're not so you on this thing.
Yeah, that was towards the end of the month. A couple of parties were thrown, so we had to get stuff and
Oh, you had to get stuff? Had to get stuff? What do you mean had to get stuff? You used last year's Halloween costume. Cut some holes in some sheets you'll never use again. Oh no, I see another credit card.
yeah.
Okay, this one's less, but okay. So on the last one, you owed $7,402. On this Best Buy card, you owe, yikes, $1,759. Less, but still absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, I'm paying the minimum payment every month because I don't really go. I got the Best Buy card because I got a new laptop. Mine kind of, bed, so I had to get something.
And this is why we get good finances in the first place. This is why we don't go into debt in the first place, so we can have an emergency fund in the first place, so that when the credit card hits the bed, we don't go into stupid debt for it. Now, what I cannot see is the interest on this. What is the interest on this?
I don't know. Let me.
Because I have page 1 out of 3.
Oh, it should be saved somewhere. I don't have it on my phone. I think it's somewhere in my inbox somewhere, but I'm not sure what the interest is on it.
Oh, what the is this? Bob's Furniture?
Yeah.
Dude.
I had nothing when I moved into the apartment.
Oh no! So let's just go and die and ourselves into debt? That doesn't make sense. You sit on the floor like Eastern Europe, your Eastern Asian countries or something like that. You don't just go into. Oh my gosh. Okay. Can we stop with the justification, please?
Okay. All right. All right.
No more justifications. They're dumb. It doesn't make sense. It's stupid. And I'm angry. So what is happening here? Minimum. So obviously, great. $2,227.66 owed for furniture. Stupidest thing to finance in the world. What I can't find on here is the interest. Okay, no interest charged. So this is on an interest free for. Is this what is this interest? Tell me.
On the Bob's card,
Yeah. How long is this interest free through?
I believe it's for the 2 years, 48 months.
Okay, well then you have to double the minimum monthly payment because the minimum monthly payment will extend you to 4 years, and interest will obviously start after 2.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's a good way to trap people in here, and start getting them some interest. Stupid Bob and his little picture at the top of that statement. Why? When did you do this?
Jeez. June, May or June.
When did you come in contact with Personal Finance YouTube?
I mean, I've been kind of around it more. It's more just about like saving and, you know, having.
Okay, then I thought I was going to be nice to you for a second. I was like, okay, maybe this dude was just being a dummy before he got into personal. But if you've been around personal finance stuff, there's no reason for you to have done this in the first place. What is this City Custom Cash card? Is this an other card?
Yeah, it's a credit card.
With $2,000 owed on it. Out of $2,700 of balance. Was this just another, you were in college, you were just spending money?
No, I got that after like 2019, 2020.
So this was the post-college, let's just spend money.
Yes.
No. What are you doing? DeCap, Tavern, McDonald's, Panera, Taco Bell, Chili's, Delaney's, some pizza, DoorDash? Dude, if you already have the balance, what are you doing? That is nothing. Almost nothing upsets me more in the world than that, of having a balance on a credit card that we cannot afford because we're not paying it off, and yet we're still spending more money. Why are you doing that right now?
I know in the last month, like after watching like especially your videos and seeing how, people can be and me right now with that stuff, I've been being a lot better about buying groceries and eating in and making food in bulk and trying to just save up stuff too. But this was before all that.
Sure. Then I will try to be a little nicer. Again, cannot see interest. What is the interest on this, dude? Is interest being charged? What's up?
Yeah, it's the minimum. It hasn't gone up. It's a $35 minimum payment.
Yeah, but what's the interest?
Let me check.
Oh, thank goodness, that's the last statement. Thank goodness. Okay.
Yeah, last because the most recent statement hasn't come in yet. Let me see. Come on, where would it be?
It doesn't even matter at this point. We know it's accruing interest and it's mean and it sucks and blah, 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 blah. This car, how much is owed on the lease before it's done? That's what I'm trying to figure out here. You have current progress, paid to date, $6,000 out of what, though, is the question. $153 a month. There's a payoff quote right there. If this was actually not a PDF thing that I could click on, payoff quote. I think it's going to be because it's 68% complete. So it's going to be somewhere like $3,500 is left on car.
Yeah, that sounds about right. For 2 more years of it.
So on all your debt that is just being bullied and punching you down, that is not even your federal student loans. That's an extra 50 that we're not even thinking about. But right now you have 23,535 of it, most of which is accruing interest. The car thing's already baked in with that 3,500, and then you do have that zero APR furniture thing. But my goodness, the rest of it is just getting beat down with some of the worst interest rates you can possibly have. You are losing so much money on a monthly basis to interest. So much. And unfortunately, some of them we can't see exactly how much, but I would not be surprised. Man, it's hundreds and hundreds of dollars on a $3,800 a month thing. Now, what matters most is getting out of this situation. So I've come down hard on you, and it is out of tough love and anger just about the debt. The debt makes me angry. I'm not angry at you about it. I'm angry for you, and just seeing the debt and the fact that someone has gotten into it stresses me out, makes my heart rate go up. But of course, it's not targeted at you. Now we just need to figure out how to get out of that terrible situation and into a better one. We do have a checking account that we haven't even looked at. So let's look at this checking account. I just want to make sure you're not spending stupid money. Okay, $50 towards Acorns. We're not doing it anymore. It doesn't exist. No more. No more Acorns. It's done. What was that going towards in there? Buying different stocks or towards like an IRA?
It was their so it's their invest and their later. So I do two.
Okay, how much is in the invest?
What's that?
How much is in the invest right now?
372.
We're probably taking that out. Don't touch the later, but don't contribute to it anymore either.
Okay.
Yeah, Sweetwater, $200 purchase there. Was it required 100% for these side hustles, or was this just like, okay?
I mean, it is required for it. Yeah.
100% required. Okay. What about this Plymouth Rock? Oh, sorry. No, the Empire YCR LLC, $1,500 gone.
That is my rent.
Oh, so that's your rent. Okay. And a Southwest flight, unless it's being reimbursed for business purposes, this was bad.
That is an excuse, and a legitimate one. My brother is graduating from boot camp in December, and he is there's no way we can drive down. It's a day and a half. We're meeting family down there. So I paid for the tickets, and my mom is paying for the rental car as we stay with family.
My soul is conflicted on that one. Boot camp, going into dangerous stuff. You'd want to see them, but also you can't afford it right now. It's a hard one. Sending out $200 for Venmo. Who knows where that went?
That's my mom. So it's I pay her $200 a month. One is for the phone bill, and the other is insurance for the car.
Why is she paying for the insurance if you have the car loan?
It's because she has the insurance in her name, and it's easier because I was young, and it was just financially better for her.
Connecticut Natural
Gas. So it's just the stuff I pay for the apartment.
Then we have a savings account. Okay, let me make sure. 28. It's okay. It starts at the top. You never know. Oh wait, no, it starts at the bottom. No. Why? Oh no, that's okay. Okay, so well, it depends. It kind of ebbs and flows. So it started at like $50, which is it really started at like 1,250. Then I was excited. We got to about 5,000, but then you've drained it back down to 1,189. Why?
I had money to put into the loan and the credit card at one point, and I wanted to be proactive to do that. And now I have that much money in there.
Are you and your parents in the same town?
She's like half an hour away.
So you qualify perfectly for, well, okay. I want to make something crystal clear here. One, our boy Dave did not invent the baby steps. The baby steps has been something historically, literally Google it, that has existed since debt has existed. It is this enrollment repayment program. However, that being said, he certainly has coined the crap out of the baby steps, and I think you qualify perfectly for his program because just the way your debts have worked, just the way you've psychologically gotten into these debts and the way they're laid out, I don't think it would make sense to condense them, and then they're laid out in a perfect way to qualify for that snowball method. So I think that works best for you. Now, a couple caveats outside of that to more specifically geared towards your situation. When your rent is up, it sucks at 24 or 25 when you are at that time. I would see if you could live at home for a year. I really would. Just a year. Maybe two. But I know as much as that sucks, I think it is worth it in the long run because you're getting absolutely destroyed on these interest rates right now. Destroyed. And by the way, that debt that I added up, that wasn't even including the Parent Plus loan that you're paying on as well. So there's even more. I think you need to minimize expenses in every way possible. And seeing $1,500 taken away from $3,800 on a monthly basis, we can't be doing that right now. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, so I have a plan when the lease is up. Like my girlfriend and I do want to move in together and have that combined income to pay for rent. Right now, like I love my mom. My mom is wonderful. I love her more now that I'm out of the house. It was a rough time for a little bit. And I kind of had to, you know, grow up a little bit and move out just to kind of experience some stuff because of pandemic.
I get that, but when we're talking about your financial future right now, it doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. Right now, this is 47% of your take-home income. It's almost 50% of your take-home. Even if you split something like that with your girlfriend at 25%, though it's under that 30%, it's still, we need this, oh my gosh. The minimum monthly payments on all these probably add up to, you probably have $3,000 left, and then all of a sudden that's cut in half to about $1,500. So you probably have $1,500 after. Oh, and then the stuff that you owe your mom. So that's probably $1,300 is what you have after all mandatory expenses. $1,300. What I would do, were I in your shoes, while remaining in this current situation, non-official financial advice. You have $1,300 to play with. I would give myself a hard and fast $300 to groceries, giving you $1,000. This should $1,000, right around that a month. You'll have to figure out what all your minimum monthly payments equate to. But I think after your minimum monthly payments, your rent, your stuff you owe your mom, and then your food, and then maybe an extra $100 for gas we're going to give you, or $150 or something like that. You probably have like now $800 left, which sucks. But if you don't have a single ounce of fun, a single ounce of anything other than the necessities to survive, I think you have around $800 left. Hopefully a little more, hopefully not a little less. From there, you have the Best Buy at $1,759. You put all $800 to that starting next month, $800 to that, and then $800 to it the month following. In 2 months, that credit card is gone. Then you have that other credit open for $1,980. You pay that off in about 3 months. You pay the first one off in about 3 months as well, and then you pay this one off in about 3 months. And then, we're going smallest to largest. That is the snowball method, not coined by our boy Dave, but he has definitely found a good way to make money with it. $2,227 is then owed. You pay that one off in like 4 or 5 months. And while this is happening, your minimum monthly payments are starting to decrease, giving you a little more money as well, which is the good thing. And then you pay off the $3,500 one, and then the $6,667 Sallie Mae one, and then the $7,402 massive credit card balance. I would take money out of your investing account right now. I'd leave your savings where it is. Don't put any more money in there for now. Don't take any money out. pull out from your investing, put that towards the best buy loan now. It's not going to make a huge dent, but it'll get you there a little quicker. As quickly as we can cut back on these minimum monthly payments, the better. This is going to be, I think, a couple year process if you go hard. And even then, you still have to think at the end of the couple of years, well, what do we do about the car? That's probably not the car you want to buy out. You probably need to be saving up to get another car. So now all of a sudden this process probably becomes a 3, maybe 4 year process. But that is if you are sacrificing stuff as well. If you're really not having fun, not spending anything outside of necessities. And that is hard for people to do. What someone has to be willing to do then is look at where do they want their life to be. You're 24 or so, 28. Where do you want your life to be at 28? Do you want to be in a position where all the money you're bringing goes towards the things you want, including investing, or do you want it to be going to pay off all the past purchases you've made? So if you're able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, you can sacrifice your butt off for the next few years. But are you actually able to do it? Is that something you're willing to do? What are you going to do?
I need to. Like, the reason why I wanted to come on this is because I didn't know what to pay off first, or to to really do with the money that I don't, have with the credit card. That, like, I had no idea. Like, I was kind of like in a rut, being stuck, and I want to not be in that anymore. It's exhausting. And I need some guidance to figure out what the hell is supposed to go on.
And the guidance I live definitely comes in the form of tough love. So yeah,
I appreciate that. I do. Like, I needed somebody to kick my ass and just really tell me, like, 'cause I don't have a lot of guidance. My mom is not financially literate. She's all I kind of have right now. So I kind of needed something to be like, all right, do this, please, and don't stray from it.
Now there are a couple things here that we need to think about. One, even on the necessities, don't put that on the credit cards anymore. Do not build those balances. So groceries, the $300, and then the $200 on gas, just from your checking account. And then next, what was not included in the snowball method that we're doing, which is simple. Again, it just goes from smallest to largest balances. The subsidized parent, I don't know if it was subsidized, but the federal Parent Plus loan. It might be a difficult conversation, but until you clean up your mess, you are not paying on that. It's not in your name. It doesn't fit in your equation. You can pay that off aggressively at the end of your snowball. You can, but that conversation needs to happen. It doesn't mathematically work for you to also have to take on another thing from your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major interest accruing debts. And then maybe still the public student loan forgiveness, which is not always super concrete, and who knows with what everything's going on now, maybe all of a sudden all this debt you have all of a sudden becomes double because you have to pay that off. So the Parent Plus loan, we're just not doing it right now, and that might be a tough conversation to have.
Okay. That's also paused, by the way, too, because it is federal. So hopefully I don't have to have that conversation because I'm not paying on it anyway right now, but let's cross that bridge when we get there.
I hope you don't have to have that conversation for your sake, but I think you will probably around the June time, and you will not be, unfortunately, close to finishing your situation. So from here, you're going to have a fire lit under your butt for the next couple months from this conversation, but don't let it drain. Don't fall back into bad habits. If we need to regroup, see where things are looking at, you let me know. And definitely listen to some more, read some books, inspiring YouTube videos, things like that, whatever it takes for you to continue to drive through the next few years. Just do not fall back, because that's the hard part. Hard part starts now.
Yeah, I don't want it to suck when I'm 34. I can't let that happen.
Yeah. And you have a way to get out of it and have a paid for car as well by 28. You really do. It's your choice now.
Okay.
For Mike's Hammer financial score, he knows it. You know it. It's not going to be a great score. I mean, we're deep in credit card debt. We're deep in private student loan debt, and we're still spending money on these credit cards as interest is being accrued. We're financing furniture that's not even 0% interest until the whole thing's paid with minimum monthly payments. No, the minimum monthly payments will only get him halfway through, and then all of a sudden interest will start accruing on the second half. So that's just bad things. And then contributing to things like acorns and stuff right now while all this debt is happening. And then, man, it's really hard. And then $50,000 in federal student loans as well, which it's going to suck if he has to pay it off, but it might be a thing he has to do. We will see. Only on $55,000 a year working in the public school, 65 after all side hustles, but then living in a high-tax situation. It hurts. Rent being almost 50% of his take-home right now. Ugh, and just end it. It's so bad. Plus the required $200 that he has to give to his mom. It's a bad Hammer financial score. There's not much going for him. There's not much going for him yet is the thing. And just like we said at the end, he has a chance to turn this around in a few years. It just depends on the sacrifice and if he's willing to do it right now. But for now, Hammer financial score. Oh, I had a car lease on a Nissan Altima. Oh. Hammer financial score. Is there anything good to at least give him a point? I guess he does technically have savings on the side, so Hammer financial score 1 out of 10. Let's get that quickly to at least the 5. Share this video with someone who you think might like it, as it really helps this channel out way more than you think, and follow me on all the socials. Thanks.